Luke 2, verses 25 through 32 says, "Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was on him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Messiah. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him what the custom of the law required, Simeon took him in his arms and praised God, saying, 'Sovereign Lord, as you have promised, you may now dismiss your servant in peace. For my eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the sight of all the nations, a light for revelation to the Gentiles and the glory of your people Israel.'" It is difficult for us in 2025 to understand how weird this situation actually is. However, it is true that this situation is sort of weird even without a historical perspective. Imagine if you brought your baby to church only to have him snatched from your arms by some notorious church dude who then starts preaching a sermon, and not just any sermon, a sermon about the Messiah and the Gentiles. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But historically, this much focus on a child was not usual, especially when you consider the lowly station of Joseph and Mary and the likely ostracization that they were suffering under at this time. To understand this perspective on children during biblical times, you need to understand that kids did not often survive in ancient times, and the ones that did were typically preferred to be seen and not heard. I assume that Mary and Joseph might have been a little used to this sort of thing by now. After all, Gabriel visited Mary on this topic. An unnamed angel visited Joseph on this topic. Elizabeth had words to say on this topic. A host of angels visited shepherds on this topic, and then the shepherds visited Joseph and Mary on this topic. Now they walk into the temple, and here's a notorious church dude getting all grabby with their baby who had something to say on this topic. Seems like everybody wants to talk about Jesus, and they hadn't even seen anything yet.